With the announcement of the much anticipated Resident Evil 4 remake, I decided to return to this classic masterpiece and try something that many have attempted but only a handful of people have actually managed to complete. I tried to beat Resident Evil 4 on the professional difficulty without saving and without taking any damage for the entire run. That also means that Ashley cannot take any damage, and I'm also not using any glitches to make this run easier. Ashley, however, can get picked up by the enemies and moved around. So the rules are as simple as that. If I take any damage at any point of the run, I have to start the run from the very beginning. If you would like to watch the unedited stream VOD or just the gameplay with no commentary, the links for both videos will be in the description. Today's video is brought to you in partnership with RGB Custom PC. Do you need a new gaming PC but don't have the confidence to build it yourself? Or have you built so many PCs in the past that you cannot be bothered to build another? Look no further than RGB Custom PC. They will build the PC that you request with the utmost care and precision, and rigorously test it to make sure there is no performance issues. They also take care of installing the latest drivers and BIOS for your hardware too, which is something that I personally hate doing. RGB Custom PC also livestream builds daily on their Twitch channel, so you can watch how the experts build their PCs over at twitch.tv/RGB Custom PC. They will also be updating their website very soon to improve the user experience. When the update goes out, I will make an announcement on Discord, YouTube and Twitter. You can also use my special discount code to get $40 off your own build. Without further delay, I boot the game on the professional difficulty and get started on this no damage run. Starting off, I shoot this pigeon who drops me a spinel worth 2,000 money. Entering the house, I shoot the Ganado in the head, roundhouse kick and finish him off with the knife. After leaving the house, I shoot another pigeon which always drops a hand grenade. I then save the Paparino, grab the red herb hidden in the corner and make my way to the main part of the village. I shoot this Ganado in the back, which always takes 7 bullets to kill him. Enter the house and use the hand grenade that I picked up earlier. This will trigger the cutscene, spawning in more Ganados. Grabbing the shotgun and another hand grenade, I push down the ladder and throw the other hand grenade, killing enough enemies to trigger the end of the fight. After the first hurdle of the run, I collect a lot of items in the village, mainly the herbs, incendiary grenade, flash grenade, and the shotgun shells at the top of the tower. The next area is the farm, where I grab the pearl pendant from the well and run past all the enemies until I encounter the giant boulder. I collect another 2 spinels from this tunnel and then encounter some dynamite Ganados which get taken out with ease. There's just a couple more items to collect before I save Luis and end chapter 1-1. Chapter 1-2 is much more difficult. I have to get past both parts of the factory. Picking up the rifle ammo and not saying hello to the merchant, I run into the first part of the factory. This Ganado will always point, and this one will either throw the axe at me or try to hit me at close range. I decide to wait here so that all of the Ganados will bunch up and enter this room, which will allow for a smooth exit once I've picked up the insignia piece. I bait out an attack from this Ganado, shoot the explosive barrel at the top of the hill, and shoot this wooden barrel, which always contains some much needed rifle ammo. I grab the second half of the insignia piece, and it's time for the second part of the factory, which is equally as annoying. I shoot this Ganado to stop him from doing anything weird, and then drop this Ganado to the floor. Break the window, and use the shotgun to shoot the dynamite, killing the Ganados behind it. I grab the elegant mask and use my remaining shotgun shells to kill this elderly Ganado, and the handgun to kill this annoying bald Ganado.
Just drop for fuck's sake. Oh my god.
Lastly, I kick this Ganado into the water, where he will die and I will be able to re-enter the area and collect the items below without any distractions. Grabbing the pocket watch from the well and a few extra items, I end chapter 1-2 after grabbing the insignia key. I grab the incendiary grenade from this house and run past the Dr. Salvador, avoiding the flying axe, and flash the group of Ganados blocking the door at the bottom. Re-entering the main village, I take the scenic route around the outside, allowing me to safely enter the insignia door. Grabbing some items in the house and collecting some treasures from the cave, I finally use the merchant for the first time. I sell all of my treasures and healing items, buy the attaché case, upgrade the shotgun capacity and reload speed, and finally purchase a rocket launcher, which will be put to good use later. Entering the cemetery, I grab the hand grenade and some rifle ammo from the bird's nest and run past all of the cemetery workers. Using the shotgun, I kill as many pigeons as I can, but making sure I kill the one in the middle, as that one always drops a much needed flash grenade. After grabbing some ammo from the cabin on the right, I need to run away from yet another boulder. Entering the mini lake, I grab another hand grenade and make good use of the explosive traps that they so conveniently placed here. I collect the gold bangle from the bird's nest and some herbs in the surrounding area before it's time for one of the most annoying parts of this run, the Del Lago fight.
Wahoo! I'm gonna juice him. Rah, rah, rah.
With the big boy salamander sleeping with the fishes, I wake up in a house where I grab another important flash grenade and make my way to the merchant across the lake, where I pick up many items, but mainly the green gem and the 10 rifle ammo. I also sell all of my handgun ammo here so that my inventory is not as crowded. Back across the lake, I encounter my first Las Plagas, but I can just run past it with ease. I grab another hand grenade, shoot down the boxes, and make my descent into the watermill. After grabbing the amber ring from the rafter and turning off the water, a pack of Ganados spawn when I jump onto the center platform, but they are no match for my cheeky flash grenade. Grabbing the round insignia, I take a boat along the cave and prepare myself for one of the hardest bosses of the game. El Gigante is down, and I loot everything in the area before I encounter the dogs, which is actually way harder than the last boss. I point my camera to the sky, which makes it harder for the dogs to hit me, but I'm not exactly sure why that is. But I get past the dogs, enter the church where I solve the RGB puzzle, grab another incendiary grenade, and secure the package. With Ashley rescued, we end up back in the cemetery with more Ganados, but also this movable wagon of explosive barrels. Running past the merchant in the cave, it's time for the hardest part of the village, re-entering the main village and the farm. Running to the left of the trap and getting past the torch-wielding Ganado, I throw a flash grenade, which will allow me to get past the bear trap safely. Now for the farm, which is by far the most annoying part of the village. I shoot this Ganado, which will aggro him, a female Ganado next to him, and the old Ganado to the left of me. I kill the old Ganado with 7 handgun bullets and wait for the other 2 to vault the window. Once vaulted, I bolt into the building and climb the ladder as fast as possible. I vault the window and use a hand grenade, which will get rid of these 2 very annoying Ganados. I drop the last Ganado to their knees, drop down and catch Ashley, and finally piggybacking her over the door.
There we go.
Just before the dreaded cabin fight, I upgrade the shotgun capacity to 10, which will give me a few extra shells, and also allow me to get away with not reloading that often in the cabin fight. Once the fight starts, I run up the stairs and collect all of the items. I then run back down, shoot all the barriers to let the Ganados in, and take out as many as I can with a hand grenade. I then run to the top of the stairs, where I just hold the enemies off with the shotgun and the occasional hand grenade if I end up in a sticky situation. After a certain amount of enemies are killed, Luis will make his way up the stairs and cover my back from the Ganados entering the windows, while I keep them at bay on the bottom. Luckily, I managed to get through the cabin without taking any damage, and continue onto the final chapter of the village. Grabbing some resources from in and outside of the cabin, I pull the lever to the right, where I will have to run past another El Gigante, but this is much easier and less resource intensive than taking the path to the left, where I have to fight the two chainsaw ladies. Grabbing some more rifle ammo from the locker, it's time for the cable car section, where all I need to do is spam the handgun and take out all of the Ganados before they get too close. Now for the final boss of the village, the big cheese himself, Chief Mendez. He mustn't be able to handle the heat though, as 4 incendiary grenades later, he's dead. I grab everything from the boss's arena and jump through the fire, where I meet up with Ashley and make my way back to use the eye on the door. The last part of the village is the truck, where all I need to do is shoot it a couple of times and blow it up, and that will mark the end of the village section. At the start of the castle, I collect all of the items from the barrels and boxes, apart from one box that contains a snake, and I also grab the gold bars in the chest at the back of the merchant's room. I then see the merchant, where I sell the handgun, shotgun, all of the healing items, all of the treasures, and then buy the attaché case, TMP, semi-automatic rifle, riot gun, and a rocket launcher, and finally tuning up the rifle in terms of reload speed and firepower. Next is the catapult area, which is super annoying casually, but I have an easy strategy. I kill this zealot through this little gap, equip a grenade for faster movement, and press on. I skip the cutscene, run forward, and wait when I reach the second set of stairs. Once the catapult has landed, I tell Ashley to follow and tell her to wait on the next set of stairs, where she will block the Scythe Zealot, allowing me to use the crank without getting touched. Once the cannon has been fired, all of the enemies will despawn, allowing me to collect some more treasures safely. Entering the sword room, I run up the stairs to trigger the Zealots, go back down the stairs and start making light work of them with the shotgun. Once the enemies have been defeated, I exit and re-enter the room to prevent the red Zealot and his friends from spawning at the bottom of the stairs. Grabbing the golden sword at the top of the stairs and resetting the room once again, I can solve the puzzle as normal. Entering the courtyard, an enemy runs to the right and goes into the building, allowing me to wait here for them to come out and kill multiple enemies with the explosive barrel. Two enemies are left inside, but they get dispatched by the TMP and the shotgun. There is an archer located on the top of this bridge, which gets taken out easily by the TMP, followed by the two shielded Zealots. Grabbing the key from the chest, the building gets stormed by more enemies. but thankfully there is another explosive barrel to take them out. Time for the Garrador now, and I opt for a much more easier and consistent strategy, where I ring one of the bells to make him run towards it, and then blast him with the rocket launcher. When making my way to the fire that I just put out, more enemies spawn, but after taking care of these, I reload my weapons and start the almighty waterhall. I enter the waterhall, kill the archer on the top right and reset the room. I re-enter, kill the archer on the left, followed by these two shielded zealots. I then reset the room a few times, killing as many enemies as I can. With the majority of the enemies dead, I can suplex the last enemy and then take out the red zealot. I bring Ashley to the room at the bottom of the stairs, get her to wait on the platform, and that will spawn in the crank in the centre of the room. Leaving this room, however, proves to be somewhat of a problem.
Oh, we got away with that there. She didn't, did she? Oh, she did. Oh. This is a f***ing shit show, I swear to God. You are one stupid bitch, you know, you dumb, fat, bull-headed. That's what you are.
So Ashley manages to get stuck on one of the enemies. In hindsight, all I needed to do was slow down a little bit, so she keeps attached to me. But anyways, I got through here without taking any damage.
Apologies for my language.
After composing myself, I re-enter the waterhall and clean out the room once again. I leave Ashley at the door, use the crank, and run away from the Scythe Zealots that come after me. Resetting the room once again, I can take out the Scythe Zealots from a safe distance and clear out the room for one final time. I collect every single item in the room, and now it's time to defend Ashley while she's turning the crank. I kill 2 Zealots on the left side, and then 1 on the right side, before I need to defend myself from the incoming enemies.
Oh my god, I nearly hit a fucking foot, man. That was close. That was very close. Very, very close.
That was looking very spicy there. I came very close once again to losing the run, but we managed to continue. After grabbing the treasures and ammo from the next room, I sell all of the treasures and upgrade the firepower and capacity of the rifle. Time for my first encounter with the Novistadors. The first 3 can easily be taken out with 1 sniper bullet to the head. I messed up the 4th Novistador and wasn't able to kill it before it spawns in. The 5th one comes running out at the cell at me, but I managed to kill it with the sniper rifle. And then the 6th one is just standing still, able to be shot in the head. I can now collect all of the items in the area, turn the valve handle, and press onwards. Marking the end of the first Novistador segment, I have to run past the room with the swinging axes, and try not to die. I use a hand grenade to kill all of the grey robed zealots, but the red one requires a little extra attention. With him dispatched, I pick up all of the items in the room, mainly the treasures on the bottom floor. I then meet up with the merchant and upgrade the capacity of the sniper rifle. On to the first part of the gallery, where I kick open the door, skip the cutscene and launch a hand grenade onto the balcony, killing the archers. I then make use of this explosive barrel by luring the 2 enemies on the ground floor towards me. The stairs are being blocked by a helmet zealot, but he just tastes the suplex. I grab the rifle ammo from the top of the balcony and kill one of the remaining zealots with the TMP, before taking out the red zealot with the sniper rifle.
When this guy does this, I get so scared.
I solve the execution puzzle, and it's time for the gallery part 2. I shoot the TMP to aggro all of the enemies, and then go to the door on the right. I wait for the enemies to start busting down the door, and make a run for it. I deactivate the alarm, spawning the RPG zealot, and then run into the room with the hidden button. 2 of the zealots follow me in, so I drop them with the TMP and finish them off with the shotgun. I can't kill any more enemies in this room though, as that will spawn some archers and they are such a pain to deal with. Once the zealots bust down the door, I throw a flash grenade which stuns all the enemies in the room and allows me to pick up the goat ornament safely. It's almost time for the maze, but on the way I pick up a lot of items.
Man. He just took a sniff of the rectum and was like, later bitch.
The dogs were pretty close, but looking up makes it so much harder for them to hit you. I grab some of the treasures and items from the bedroom, where I also meet a merchant and sell most of my treasures and purchase yet another rocket launcher. After destroying the wine bottle, it's time for the Garrador cage, where I put that new rocket launcher to good use. Collecting all of the money and the magnum ammo from the room, I enter the room that contains the rocket launcher behind the glass. I drop the 3 enemies to the ground, pull the lever, Climb back up the ladder and stun the 2 zealots that are entering the room, and then kill the 2 shielded enemies by using the explosive candle. Chapter 3-4 is where I have to rescue Ashley from the trap and defend her while she gets the key. I shoot the 3 barriers with the rifle, and then shoot the 3 enemies in the head. 2, 2, 2, 2. Move it as PVC. A red zealot spawns with the key. I stun him with the rifle and throw a grenade, which will finish him off and also kill one of the archers near him. 1 enemy is left, and I take him out with the sniper rifle. Time to play as Ashley now, where I turn the first crank, grab one of the lanterns to stun the zealot in the room, and turn the second crank, just far enough for Ashley to squeeze through. Solving the door puzzle, followed by the puzzle with the missing piece, I collect the insignia and the serpent piece, before making my escape from the knights. Reuniting with Leon, I collect a lot of good resources and treasures in the room, before I go back to the room from earlier, buy the attaché case from the merchant, and collect the rocket launcher that is luckily still inside the glass case. Pressing forward, I enter the lava area with the fire-breathing statues. I can take out both of the statues just by killing the enemy operating them with the TMP, which also spawns in some gold bars and an expensive treasure. I take out the 2 remaining enemies before spawning in the main statue, but 2 sniper shots to the metal fixture is enough to take it out. With the final part of the puzzle acquired, I can now make my way back to the beginning of the castle and finally open up the locked door. Locating a merchant once again, I upgrade the capacity of the rifle, giving me some much needed free ammunition, and it's time for the part which I have failed quite a few times doing this challenge, the knights.
I hate this fight. I'm so tempted to just use double. I'm tempted to do just double rocket launcher in that room.
That was looking extra spicy indeed. I must say I've never really been confident in that room. For the second grail, I need to solve the statue puzzle, destroy the red lights in the ceiling, and take out the 2 zealots driving the drill. With both grails now acquired, some tough zealots spawn in the main hall, but I take them out from a safe distance with the rifle. The grail door is now opened, I take another trip to the merchant, and I run down the hallway collecting items, before Ashley gets taken away by the Novistadors. I opted to use a very safe strategy here, where I reset the room, open the door slowly, and take out the Novistador closest to me, before resetting the room once again. With all the Novistadors killed, I grab the butterfly lamp at the top of the tower and take out the Novistador nest, which drops me all sorts of goodies. Another stop at the merchant where I sell a bunch of treasure, tune up the TMP capacity, and buy yet another rocket launcher. I trigger the cutscene but don't cross the bridge yet. If I kill these two zealots, the catapults won't be launching at me. Entering the clock tower, I shoot two of the wooden beams stopping the cogs from turning, go to the top of the ladder and destroy the third beam. Three archers spawn in and I take them out from the top of the ladder. Before the third one luckily decides to come up the ladder, making my life much easier. Making my descent, I equip a flash grenade and instantly throw it to the right, which will stun all of the enemies that just entered. For the bridge, I take out the three shielded enemies with the sniper and use one of my extra hand grenades to blow up the rocket launcher zealot. Time for the double Garrador fight, where the rocket kills the unarmoured Garrador instantly and brings the armoured one to low HP, who dies with just a single sniper shot. It's time to get the best upgrade to the shotgun yet, by selling the riot gun and buying the striker. I also buy another rocket launcher for the Verdugo fight. I hit all the QTEs, pull the lever and reach the door, where Verdugo spawns in, where I just run past it unafraid, drop the freezing tank and blast him to smithereens with the rocket launcher.
Oh, fuck, I hate that guy. I hate him so much. I don't know what the possibility of him hitting me is. I just don't like him.
Entering the mines, I buy another rocket launcher, kill these two Ganados and use the rocket launcher on the boulder. With the boulder destroyed, I go back to the merchant once again and purchase another rocket launcher, but this one will be used for the double El Gigante fight. Once the lava pit is closed, I collect all of the resources in the room and make my way to the dreaded Novistador cave. Similar to the Novistador room in the castle, I take them out from a distance with the striker and reset the room to make their spawns more consistent.
The only thing that scares me about these guys is if they come like underneath the map and try and kill me.
With the Novistadors finished for the rest of the game, I get past the traps that try to squash me, pick up the last crown piece, and start chapter 4-3. Bumping into my old friend, I sell all of the treasures and perform some upgrades to my weapons. Running past the large group of enemies, I vault into the room that contains the crank. I stop the Ganados from following me by throwing an incendiary grenade through the window. When I make my way to grab the key to the mine, I stick to the right side of the tracks, and this ganado to the left will always point at me. I climb the ladder, run past the salvador to get the key, and exit through the door at the bottom, where I bait a ganado attack, fire one shot of the striker, and take out most of the enemies with a hand grenade. This last enemy with the torch will always try and breathe fire, allowing me to just run past it with ease. Just before the minecart section, I get trapped in another falling ceiling room, but this time there are 2 spiders in here with me, so I deal with them first before I destroy the lights on the ceiling. Now for the minecart section, where all I have to do is shoot the enemies once before they jump into the minecart and destroy the wooden planks that could hit me. With the Stone of Sacrifice secured, I can open up the door to the elevator, and that will start the last chapter of the castle. I get the enemies to spawn by running into the bridge, and then run to the end of the bridge, where I can headshot a lot of the enemies safely. After taking out this red zealot, I can stand in one of these 2 corners and take out some more enemies. With this section completed, I run back onto the bridge, where I have to run away from the giant Salazar statue. Time for the tower section, where I start making my ascent by killing these 3 zealots with the sniper rifle. I then climb the ladder, turn around and pop this dynamite wheeling zealot in the head. After pushing the boxes off the elevator, I take out 2 archers, leaving me with only the red zealots to deal with. These can be easily taken out with the striker at close range, and if I'm lucky, some of them will just fly off. Now for the final part of the castle, the Salazar boss fight.
Oh, I can't with this game. It just all came to me. It all came to me. I haven't done that fight like that in literally years. So I was like, okay, so the tentacles you're going to be able to dodge every time. But that head's going to do something. And it's going to be something spicy. And I was like, he's going to open it up, isn't he? I need to run. So I ran like, mate. Whew.
Well, that was very close indeed. Turns out you have to directly hit the body with the rocket in order to kill Salazar. Luckily, the memory from 15 years ago kicked in and I managed to get past unscathed. I stop off at the merchant one last time in the castle before jumping onto the speedboat and making my way to the island. The beginning of the island contains a spotlight, which I destroy, jump across the gap and then kill this soldier with the sniper rifle. I climb the ladder, grab the magnum ammo and position this mirror in the correct place, meaning I only need to turn one more mirror to open up the door. The JJ spawns and the other enemies get alerted, so I throw a flash grenade to stun them. Reaching the second ladder, I finish off the laser puzzle and throw another flash grenade to stun the JJ once again. All I need to do now is stun this archer and climb up another ladder. Using another flash grenade, I stun the rocket launcher soldier and run as fast as I can to the door, hoping an archer doesn't hit me. Once the pack of soldiers at the back of the hallway have spawned, I throw a grenade to stun them and enter the door. I take the safe option of shooting the oven man with the TMP so that I don't get grabbed. I run past the first encounter with a hammer wielding soldier, see Ashley on the CCTV and move on to the next room. Grabbing some rifle ammo in the room with the merchant, I then equip a hand grenade to kill the soldiers hiding behind this shutter. With those 3 soldiers dead, I use 2 incendiary grenades to take out the rest of the archers. The first encounter with the regenerator is easy. I solve the puzzle, pick up the freezer keycard and run right past the regenerator. The second regenerator takes an incendiary grenade and I run past it when the flames can no longer hurt me. In the freezer, I collect more rifle ammo and convert the freezer card into the waste disposal card key. I grab some rifle ammo from the red box and use another incendiary grenade and I can enter the waste disposal area. Equipping the rifle, I kill all 4 soldiers, starting off with the archer.
I swear to God there's one more in there.
For the room containing the X-rays, I kick open the door and bait 3 of the soldiers towards me and kill them from a safe distance. As you can hear from the sighing, the nervousness is starting to catch up with me. Then I run into the room and take out the 3 other soldiers with the striker. Now for the Iron Maiden, which gets taken out easily by a single rocket launcher. I collect all the ammo in the room, pick up the keycard and go outside to the bridge, where I get a flash grenade from a pigeon and also buy another rocket launcher. Re-entering the X-ray room, I'm greeted with a lot more soldiers, but they are no match for my sniper rifle bullets. Before rescuing Ashley, I drop the hammer-wielding soldiers with the striker and use the keycard on the door. Starting 5-2, I use the gap in the door to take out all of the enemies, besides one of the archers that never seems to come for me. Back to the waste disposal control room, I run in, throw a flash grenade, hit the button, throw another flash grenade and exit the room. For the double Iron Maiden room, I lock the first one behind the gate, push the box and then blow up the barrel, destroying the legs of the first Iron Maiden. I then bait the second Iron Maiden into a corner, run past them, and that will give me enough distance to safely push the second box. Just before the Wrecking Ball segment, I kill 3 soldiers and pick up some shotgun ammo from this barrel. I jump down into the pit, go to the right and throw a flash grenade as soon as the soldiers enter, stunning them all, and I can safely activate the Wrecking Ball. With the Wrecking Ball segment complete, I encounter the double regenerator room, but I take the first one out with the rocket launcher to avoid any mishaps that have happened in previous runs. After flipping the switch, I wait for the second regenerator to enter the room and just run around it using the table. I send Ashley through the gap and go into the merchant's room on the right to stop the regenerator from chasing me. While I'm in there, I sell a few items and tune up a couple of weapons before starting the truck segment. The first wave of enemies can just be destroyed with the striker without any issues. For the second wave, if I stand in the middle of the truck as close to the edge as I can, the soldiers cannot jump up, so I stand in the middle and make sure nobody goes for Ashley. A truck decides to chase me down from behind, but it's no match for my TMP. I drop these 2 helpless soldiers while waiting for the truck to restart, and I destroy it again with just a few TMP rounds. Time for the section where I have to pull the lever, and if I manage to get past this area, it would be the furthest I would make it in this run ever. I jump up the ladder to spawn in the soldiers, immediately jump back down and get back onto the truck, defending myself and Ashley from the onslaught of enemies. With no other soldiers coming to attack us, I can stand in this corner and kill off the other 2 enemies. Once the truck starts moving again, I kill the 4 soldiers waiting to drop on me, and then go ham with the striker and hand grenade on the other soldiers coming from behind. With those guys stunned, I face the front and kill the enemies about to drop down. Just before the Krauser knife fight, I grab all of the items in the merchant's room and a flash grenade located in the boiler room before mashing as many buttons as I can, trying not to die.
I regret to inform you guys, my fingers are getting really tired. Oh, I didn't expect that there.
With the fight over, I get past the laser segment and collect a couple more treasures in the next room, before I meet up with the merchant and buy the Killer 7, which is going to be a huge help to me for the next boss.
Okay, so I've already got a rocket. I'm going to get 50k. I need to buy 3 rockets left. After this. No, wait, 2 rockets. Need to buy 2 rockets after this, and that's 60k, and upgrade the cap of that. Okay, yeah, I've got enough.
After worrying about my money a little bit and making some calculations, I start the U3 fight with the Killer 7 in hand. Almost every time U3 is shot, he will jump out of the way, allowing me to get past without needing to dodge his attacks. With U3 down, I collect the 50k, leave the cave, and kill a large chunk of soldiers with the hand grenade, before I meet up with the merchant once again, purchase another rocket launcher, and upgrade the capacity of the Killer 7 for free magnum ammo. Time for the main Krauser fight, where he opens up with the TMP shots, and all I need to do is keep running.
Fucking hell.
3 stuns with the Killer 7 and the first phase will be over. I got quite unlucky here and I had to dodge Krauser with some QTEs before running to the second phase of the fight, where I came very close to death. Pushing the statue into the correct place, I opened the gate and made my way to the section with the military drones. Running past all of those, it's finally time to take on Krauser. With all 3 pieces of the puzzle collected, it's time for the penultimate and most difficult chapter of the run, 5-4. But I was well practiced and feeling pretty confident. I dodge the arrows and throw the incendiary grenade to kill the turret soldier. After waiting out the archer shots, I take him out with the sniper rifle. I vault the sandbags, pick up the hand grenade and throw it to the left, downing some of the soldiers and destroying the lock on the door. Running past the next turret, I throw a flash grenade to stun the soldiers chasing me. I back myself into the corner and defend myself from the soldiers with the striker.
I didn't fucking turn.
Once Mike has killed the turret, it's safe to leave, where I hide from the JJ behind this cover and kill all of the soldiers following me.
This man came with bad intentions, man. Brah. Brr. Brr. Brr.
With all of the soldiers dead, it's time to take the zipline to JJ and take him out with the Killer 7, followed by throwing 2 hand grenades over the edge, which will kill the archer. For the second part of this section, I killed the only 2 enemies that pre-spawn in the area, and that will trigger this archer to always be in this position when I reach the top of the ladder. I take out the archer, followed by the RPG soldier, and then use my own rocket launcher to take the turret out on the other side of this area. I stop a few soldiers from coming up the ladder by shooting them with the TMP and proceed to take out the other 2 turrets with the sniper. Once the lever has been pulled, I need to escape back down the ladder I came from, but I'm starting to get swarmed with enemies.
I'm choking here. I'm choking hard.
All I need to do now is run to the other side and pull the other lever, which won't have any soldiers. After pulling the lever, I get a couple of scares. One of them is the dynamite man chasing me, and the other is this shielded soldier, which I take out with an incendiary grenade.
That's the hard part. The next part is the easy bit. Now I don't have a grenade, which is a little slight issue if it comes to Sadler and I miss. Okay, how was my ammo situation? Oh, I'm stacked, mate. This motherfucker gonna die today.
The last section of 5-4 is much easier. I can just play it safe by resetting the room after shooting the first archer and then waiting for all the soldiers to come towards me.
Honestly, the hardest part of this run now is the jet ski. Maybe Sadler.
Once 5 soldiers have been killed, a JJ will spawn, but I can just stun him with a flash grenade and then kill him with the Killer 7.
That doesn't sound too healthy. So there should be one guy left in about here. You know what? I'm not going to go up there until... Nice. Right.
When the music stops, that's when the first phase of this section will be over. Phase 2 will begin when I press this button and spawn the keycard wielding soldier. I throw a flash grenade to stun some of these soldiers and go back to the place I stood earlier, killing the soldiers while they run towards me.
I think the archer's bugged out. Yeah. I don't like the sound of this, mate. What the fuck is he doing there, man? Oh! There's one more archer in that room.
Now all I need to do is some cleanup and kill any of the soldiers that do not yet aggro towards me.
Oh, I'm actually running out of sniper ammo. Not good, not good. Yeetus. 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 Appleberries! That means there's one more. The fucking archer there. Lady bitch! Lady bitch! Lady bitch! Who the fuck is walking? Oh, there's another one. See, I think it's a random which enemies spawn and how many of them is a little bit random. Yeetus. No music? Easy clap, told you.
That's the hard part of 5-4 over. All I need to do now is stun these two shielded soldiers.
Imagine. Just imagine.
And kill the 4 soldiers in the next room before the final chapter commences.
Right.
This whole run now lies in the hands of the Saddler boss fight. With the final boss defeated, it was time for the jet ski segment, and I was very scared that I was going to mess up here.
Hang on, sweetheart.
Oh, it's over. It's over. Oh, no. Oh, finally. Oh man, this run was one of the hardest runs I've done in a long time. Whew.
And that, chieftains, was how I managed to beat Resident Evil 4 on the professional difficulty without taking any damage and without using any saves.